Hi Virgo, welcome to your routine harsh truth reading. Shuffled off camera. Been shuffling off camera. Alright, this may not resonate. Check your moon, rising, and Venus signs for a more clear picture. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Ooh, a new beginning. Clarity. New vision for the future, perhaps. Alright. This is intended for a love reading. Romantic love, it could resonate otherwise, as in friendship, work, passion project, or family. Okay. Start prattling on and everything's crooked. Okay. All right. So we've got... So this is probably things becoming clear, maybe having a talk, and it illuminates a lot of things. This is a new vision forward, moving forward. So, but over here, you don't want it to be a heartbreak. You don't want to be like, oh, crap. And the thing about this, though, is that typically it's coming. It's not like the Ten of Swords, so just be aware of that. If you've got your suspicions, it might be founded, okay? This is progress and movement forward, so this is what's going to be true, because you might be thinking that they're either... It's almost like they're not that into you as you are to them. They're kind of just disregarding or not placing, they don't realize what you're putting into the relationship, or God forbid, this is a third party situation at work and you don't want to be heartbroken over it. But the truth is there's movement forward, there's progress, and there's victory. So it could just be that someone is really busy at work. Okay. It could be that it's almost like work is kind of beating them down. They don't really like what they do anymore. They're kind of sour grapes because of that, or just kind of, work is really on their mind and not in a good way. Okay, it could be that. Right. Well, I'll know more when I clarify. You want an emotionally balanced, fulfilled relationship. You want to be that loving person towards your partner, and you might even be thinking about kids. Okay. You don't want to have to fight for what you believe. You don't want to be the one fighting for what you want in the relationship. You want it to be a mutual decision, and you don't. This might be making them kind of not very present emotionally or available emotionally, and you don't want to be like, okay, yeah, no, I'll take care of it, it's fine, and then who takes care of you, right? This is lack of sleep. This could be, if they're out of work, this could be that they get their job back, okay? So this is not being able to rest now. Now they're busy. Maybe they find another job and they're really busy. This could be, so, you have the not sleeping here. It could be delays that maybe just in a couple more months and you guys are in a holding pattern as far as being able to grow the relationship because there is a lack of resources, or you're kind of in a holding pattern because he or she is tied up with work, or because there's not much money coming in and you really can't plan anything yet, or the work seems to be an issue, or an issue at work seems to be problems. Wow, okay, all right, I'm going to wait till I clarify, but again, if this was a private reading, probably get more specific, but since it's general, it feels like work's an issue. Okay, so the reason why it's not working, or what you want to be true, is the reason why the relationship's not working is because somebody is immature and they make bad choices, or they're just kind of reckless, perhaps. This is a bad choice in a relationship or in a commitment. It damages the relationship commitment in this instance anyway. And that's because of that somebody might be immature, they might be moody, they might be just fickle, just almost childlike or childish in a relationship. This could also be, though, it could be a creative block, and that might be why work is such a problem. And it's because there's this creative block for work, it's affecting the relationship. Like the relationship is on the back burner. So it could be, all right, Virgo, this is coming through twofold here. I got there's Virgos there that I'm reading for that have work issues, or the work is affecting the relationship. And then there's this right here where if you take it at face value, it's like the relationship isn't working because somebody is immature and childish and they don't make good decisions regarding the relationship. Either way, this is what you hope to be true, okay? What you don't want to be true is that there's heartache, that might be a breakup, or that you're realizing that this is all it will ever be. Even this is all it will ever be. It will never grow into like knight status or queen or king status. It's just going to kind of be you doing all the work most of the time, all the planning, looking for the future, looking to the future, that sort of thing. Okay, and then we do have movement forward. So let's flat here because this is self-explanatory. Movement forward. Okay. So okay. So movement forward, progress, victory. You two being on the same page, because I think this might be somebody realizing, breaking free of the situation and realizing what was going on and coming clean about it, and it alleviates the anxiety and the pressure and it's like you can breathe again, because it just might have been really heavy on your mind. And this is about someone owning up to their part in a mistake, about guilt and coming forward and owning up to it, not being sneaky or a jerk or just doing things as a means to an end, being like, hey, I know it's been rough, I'm really sorry. And it ends the anxiety, it ends the pressure on the relationship. This is echoed probably by this. Okay, this is about, I really think this is about somebody getting a job. I think things were strained probably between you two because of lack of work, or somebody who's just really preoccupied with their job or not having one, or being at a place that they didn't like. Okay, because other scenario, sorry, it could be that someone realizes just what an immature idiot they were being, or that they were really putting the relationship first, or you first, and they come around and they're like, I'm sorry, I'm going to do better, it's fine, and then you move forward. This is Cancer, by the way. Cancerians, this is Gemini. So, and yeah, I know I said idiot, I know I said jerk. If you're cross-watching, there you go. Because honestly, this right here, this is, come on. So we got, what you want to happen is, you want this to eventually be able to where you can be this. This could be the energy of the relationship, as far as it being like, you might travel together. You might start doing more couple things together, because there might be more resources in the relationship, more time available, maybe even more money. But you want it to be where you're connected and you do things together, and quite possibly you could be planning for the future. There's companionship, there's compassion, you guys are really into each other. There's a connection there. That's what you want to happen. I might leave that one alone. Don't want to jinx it by clarifying it, because then we get into the nitty gritty and it might not apply to all of you. What you don't want to happen is you don't want to be the only one fighting for the relationship. You don't want to be the only one showing up courageously to plead your case, like, well, we could do this, or, well, let's try this, or, you know what I mean? You just, okay, so you want this compassionate, loving connection where you two are in it together at the same level and the same desire. There we are. This is you kind of fighting for it, and the other person like, okay, yeah, thanks, but I really got to concentrate on this right now. And that's what you don't want, because while you're very good at that, you are a team player, you do have to get your needs met, right? And this is about, okay, I really want this, but I'll let go and I'll wait and I'll sacrifice and I'll be the patient one and I'll wait for that, more committed offer. I'll wait. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that. And I don't blame you. If you know you love this person, you're ready to go, you go for it. Let's see what this is about here. I think this is about someone being able to get back on the horse as far as work, or just managing a part of their life better. It's no longer about where they're just taking a time out or there's nothing going on. All of a sudden now, all right, we're back, things are back to business again. And they're busy. Should have left it alone, dang it. Okay, don't panic. What I think this is I think this is adjustment. I think when this person goes back to work, I think things are going to be out of whack. Okay, because this could be misalignment, disharmony, things like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be a breakup. Okay, especially if this is a soulmate. I think things are going to be out of whack. And this is echoed here. Okay, this right here is about feeling guilty, coming forward, stopping the old patterns, and doing the right thing, right? This is about doing the right thing and giving to what is just, being fair with resources. So it could be that this person goes back to work and things are out of whack. You might even break up because of that, because they're getting things situated. However, it's because it's what's right at the time. But the way I read sixes and the way they feel, there's either soulmate, some kind of past life connection, some kind of, it's deeper than just surface value. This is a soulmate card, and sixes, especially Six of Cups, is a soulmate card. So what I feel like this is I feel like it's related to work. I feel like this might be a temporary break because they've got to get situated now with work. They're back at work. And while you guys are straight and there's movement forward, there might be a break temporarily, or things might again be put on hold. so that they can get situated, because for the time being, it's the right thing to do. Okay. But it's not going to be a breakup. It's just going to be things are going to have to just, and you really want, that's what I think this is echoing here. You really want things to progress. You want it to, but they're just not ready for whatever reason, probably because of their work situation. Could even be distance. You know, they work 6 hours away. They just don't have it. They can't let it progress past this until things are more stable with work. Okay. So this could be, you know, somebody that's acting childishly and immature. But this could also be they're not really capable of doing much in a relationship because of work. Now, I think everybody's situation is different, but it doesn't feel like this person is for the Virgos that I'm reading for, this person, and I know I said childish and a jerk, that's one scenario, right? But I think with the reading that I'm feeling, this is about somebody that can't give more than this. And not that they mean to be a jerk or this or that. It's because they are occupied elsewhere and they want to move forward. They want to do what's right. I mean, seriously, it's like they don't mean to be a jerk, or they don't mean to be inattentive and not giving as much as you're giving, but they can't. And I think they feel like the right thing to do is to call it off for now until they get settled. But it's not because they don't love or want to be with you. It's because it's just too much for them, and right now they want to call it off. Okay, so I think that yeah, and that might be what this is too, is that you're like, oh, I don't want that to happen. But you kind of suspect that might be what happens. So even though there's forward movement and yeah, I'm sorry, we'll work it out, there's still going to be more delays. And I think you suspect that because that's what this is. This is not an out of the blue heartbreak or heartache. This is about like, oh crap, this might happen. And it is. And it's going to be an issue until this gets resolved, until this turns upright and they're more stable or more in the flow with whatever they're doing for work. Okay. So I had to make that clear there. I still feel like you're hopeful about it though. You're like, okay, well, this is just, this is you being this. All right, I'm going to hang back and let everything settle. And I know that we're still on each other's minds and we still love each other. It's just now is not the right time. But when this gets settled, I know that this person will be probably seeking me out to see if we can move forward again. And this fell out, so I'm just going to honor it. Respect. Well, interesting. I think that's what, okay. So I was saying, I don't think this is a bad person. I just think this is all they're capable of right now. And I know I said childish and immature, and that could be one scenario. But I think for this reading, I think it's about doing what is right for the time being because of the respect for each other and the love for each other and respecting each other's position. And again, right here, you don't want to be this. Who wants to be that in a relationship? You're fighting for it when the other person's like, meh, And it's not that they're meh, it's that they honestly can't give any more than they're giving right now. It's just the wrong time. And that needs to be respected. And also each of you having your own respect for each other and self-respect so that you can, let's lay this down now, because I don't want to be one of those people that hang on and then all of a sudden in 6 months I really hate you because I'm not getting needs met, And I blame you, but really it's me. I shouldn't have stayed. I should have had more respect for myself and respect for what we wanted to potentially have. And those two just fell out. Spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. And that might be why there's this temporary break, because there's just simply not enough time to do that. Schedules being what they are. Have faith. Yep. Trust your faith in this situation. Yeah. I think you love this person. It's just wrong timing. I think they love you. I think it's a reciprocal thing. I think it's just the wrong timing. And right now, the right thing to do is to hold off, to put it on hold. Put it on hold. Yeah, this is, okay, this speaks to helping someone out and helping carry the load, but at some point it starts to become too much to bear, okay? So this is about support, being there for others, bearing the weight of others, but it's noble, and Virgo, you are all about that. Like, you are a team player. If somebody needs help, you're the first one to be like, okay, but then, everybody needs it back though, right? And if it doesn't come back after a while, the resentment builds, and it's just what I was saying earlier. It's just not going to meet your needs after a while, and it's just not a good place to be in emotionally or mentally. So just be mindful of that the reason why, if there's a break right now, it's because it's just simply not the right time, and you would be bearing too much of the load in the relationship. And to definitely have faith, because this is not over. It's just a temporary break until their business gets situated. Okay? And know that they do feel the same for you, and that they do respect you, and they want this. It's just, in regards to doing the right thing, they know that it's not the right time. Okay, so that was your harsh truth reading for Team Virgo. I hope this resonates, and I hope it helps. If you would like a private reading, click the link in the YouTube banner, or you can go to email readings@soulmoontarot.com, or visit soulmoontarot.com. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.